Darling, you don't usually wake up before I do. Something wrong? You want to do something? I suppose I have the day off. So, we can spend some time around the house if you'd like. Did you have something in mind? You want to cook with me? Really? Alright, let me get dressed and we can make some breakfast together. Did you want to get dressed first? Huh? What do I want you to wear? You can pick whatever you want. That is not up to me. I mean, I did buy you most of the clothes here, but that is besides the point. Well, I do not really have any preferences for the clothes you wear. I feel you can pull off just about anything after all. You what? You want to wear something of mine? What for? I guess I would not mind seeing you in my clothes, but I'm not sure how comfortable they would be. They are pretty stiff and formal. I think I have a few button-downs that were a bit big on me, so those might be easier to move around in if you would like to try them. One moment, let me see if I still have them. Ah, here. I'm not sure why I never returned or donated these, but feel free to pick one. I apologize if the options of colors are not the most exciting. I was very into grays and black at the time, though I suppose that's not changed much. Oh, I have a red one. That is not very surprising. You want the red one? Alright, here. Did you want to wear your own pants with it? You would likely feel more casual that way since your clothes are more suited for wearing around the house. Huh? You were kidding, right? You are not going to try to wear that by itself, are you? I know it's a long shirt, but no, not a chance. I would never be able to focus on cooking, and that is the last thing I should let myself get distracted doing. You seem to be quite outgoing this morning, but do I dare ask why? No, I do not want to know. I will let you have your fun for now. No, you still cannot just wear one of my shirts around the house. I can find some pants for you. What kind of pants do you want to wear? You might have to look through your own clothes for that, dear. Here, why don't I go ahead and set up the kitchen for us to cook while you get dressed? Assuming you will not try anything sneaky. Can I trust you? Good. Alright, I will go wipe down the counter and prepare some dishes to use. Ah, there you are. I'm glad you did not take advantage of my trust in you. I have some bowls prepared, I preheated the oven, cleaned the counter and stove, and even grabbed a few of my recipe notes. So, what did you want to do, darling? My apologies. I suppose I got a bit excited there. I enjoy cooking with you is all. I really enjoy cooking, so I'm happy to be able to do it with you. But enough sappy talk. What would you like to make? A cake? Sure, we can do that. Not quite breakfast, but I suppose that is all right. What kind did you want to make? What do I want? It was your idea to bake this morning. Why should I pick? It should be obvious. What do you mean? I suppose you are not going to say anything. But that is fine. How about... a marble cake? We can swirl vanilla and chocolate cake together. That way it is interesting, but not too complicated. We can make the frosting from scratch, too, so it's not overwhelmingly sweet. How does that sound? Good. I look forward to the result. Alright, I can get the ingredients out. Can you grab another bowl from the cabinet? One that's the same size as the medium one on the counter. Have you ever made something from scratch before? It is a bit difficult to work without a concrete recipe, but I find it fun. That way no two creations taste exactly the same. I always make notes of what works and what does not, but overall I never really write my recipes down. I do not usually follow books either, despite having so many. I just skim through them to spark up some ideas, close it, put it back on my shelf, and start cooking. It feels less like following a task or assignment when I'm not simply doing what the written words tell me to do, you know? Something about it just feels more free to me, and I enjoy it very much. Though it can get complicated sometimes. It is a lot easier to make mistakes that way. But that is where the notes come in handy. Okay, I can start measuring ingredients now. Do you want to mix them together when I'm done? Alright. But please do put on an apron. It would be unfortunate if the one time I let you wear my clothes, you got them dirty. I could put it on for you. Turn around for me. There we are. Let me put on mine as well. Do you want to tie it in the back for me? Okay, here are the ends of the ribbons. A fairly solid knot. Thank you. It is perfect. What is it? You are staring a bit. Is something wrong? I do not like you looking at me like that. It worries me. I am trying to do better about eating regularly, I promise, so please try not to draw attention to me too much. I am doing what I can. But I do not want to think about that right now. I want to focus on you, and how you offered to spend the morning doing one of my favorite pastimes with me. Is that okay? Thank you. I promise we can address it another time, but I do not want to ruin the fun. Alright, where should we start? I suppose we can split the batter between the two of us. You can do the vanilla and I can do the chocolate. Chocolate cake takes a few more extra steps when you are making it from scratch. Oh, that reminds me. While I usually wait until the cake is baking to make the frosting, I do like to add a little bit of whipped cream to the cake batter. It makes it light and fluffier. I also whip my egg whites to ensure the cake is evenly cooked and not too dense. But, that can be a bit difficult for me, actually. Holding the mixer, I mean. I could whip things by hand, but that usually takes a lot longer for me because it tires out my arm and wrist. Plus, I have trouble making it even that way. Then, on the other hand, I do not like the sound of the mixer. I have a pretty strong grip, so holding it while it is on a high setting does not bother me, but how loud it gets can be upsetting. I would rather just spend the extra time on it and use a whisk. Like when I made the ganache and buttercream for the chocolates on Valentine's Day. I whipped those by hand, but I had to wake up pretty early to ensure I would be done before you woke up. I'm not sure which I should do for this, however. Whipping egg whites can take quite a while by hand. Well, I suppose I have a minute to think about it. Alright, let's see. For your half, we need sugar, milk, flour, eggs, and butter. I need to add cocoa powder to mine. Did you want to use the mixer? I'm sure it would make things easier for you. It can get pretty heavy after a while, but I could, help you if you wanted. I mean, I could try. Like I said, I rarely ever hold the handheld mixer anymore because of the noise. But perhaps I could manage if I'm with you. Do you want to do it on your own first? Here, let me hook it up for you. Oh, you did that surprisingly clean. I am a little proud. Is that weird to say? Anyhow, are you ready to try the mixer? Here you go. Hang on. I'm sorry, turn it off. Sorry, that is too much. I might have to use a whisk after all. I apologize. I can do it for you. I suppose she did not like it either. Maybe I should take her back to my room while we do this? You want me to stay with her? Oh, so you can use the mixer. Well, I would feel a bit bad if you did things on your own. But I suppose I can trust you with it. I will be in my room. Come get me when you are done, okay? I want to be able to help you. Dear, are you finished? Alright, let's keep going then. I'm sorry for not being able to stay by you. I just, sounds like that really upset me. They make me nervous. Same goes for the blender and vacuum. I admittedly do not use either very often. Sherbet actually does the vacuuming for me. Ah, wait. You finished mixing all of it? You did my batter too. Darling, you didn't have to do that. I told you I could do mine by hand. I was wondering why it seemed like you were taking so long. I was worried you were over-mixing it. I should have known you would do something like this for me since you were left unattended. What am I going to do with you? Well, I guess I can set up the pans now, then. Alright, I'll pour the batter since you went and did all the work. I'm not upset or anything, though I did look forward to being able to bake with you. Plus, I get a bit nervous eating food I did not make myself. I prefer to eat my own cooking, or at least watch what is being made for me. But I think I will be okay. Okay, I think that is swirled enough. And since that is taken care of, I will work on the frosting. And we're back. I just put the bowl of frosting in the fridge. Now we just have to wait for the cake to finish in the oven. Would you like to sit down in the living room? Oh, no need to rush. I'm right behind you. Oh, you set up some blankets. Honestly, you're quite active today. Something on your mind? You seem to be fairly excited. What's with that look? Alright, clearly I am missing something. I guess I do not mind the attention though, so I will keep at it. So, did you want to sit and talk while we wait? What do I want to do? Well, I was thinking about catching up on one of my projects I started crocheting a while back, but I'm not sure if I still want to work on it today. Would you like to try to make something? I would not mind pulling out some yarn and such for you. I have quite a bit of variety as well, much more than I do with clothes. Okay. I will be back in a minute. Let me grab something for you to work with. Oh, no, baby, don't play with that. Maybe that is a sign I should play with her. She wants the string hanging out of the bed. Here you go. I picked the colors that I thought you would like best. What did you want to try to make? Did you have anything in mind? Something simple. I think the easiest thing to crochet would be something rectangular, like a mat or a scarf. Plushes can be difficult, since they tend to be irregular in shape. You can try, but I can't guarantee I can help you. I've never made one. Don't be disappointed if it does not look how you want it to, okay? Trial and error is just part of the process. What animal did you want to make? Why do you want to do my favorite animal? You should do something for yourself, dear. Well, if you insist. I'm sure a cat is the most obvious answer. I think cats are my favorite animal. But I also like a few others, but they may be more difficult. For pets, I like hamsters and guinea pigs. I think they are cute. Ferrets, too. They are so fun. But, I also really like pandas and cows. They are just so cute. They're just big, soft friends. Do not stare like that. It's embarrassing. I think they're really cute is all. Now that I think about it, maybe a hamster would be the easiest. That would just be one round shape for the body. You could try that. You want me to make one too? Maybe I will try to make a ferret then. If it does not go well, I could just turn it into a toy for Parfait. I'm glad she knows her name. Well, I have some stuffing here as well if you get far enough. I don't have much faith in myself to succeed in something like this, but I will do my best. This is quite tricky. I can already tell this is going to be crooked, but I cannot be bothered to do it over again. I've already undone this row twice now. Perhaps I work better with flat projects. How are you doing? I know it can be difficult, but at least you remembered how to do the pattern. That is the important part. I think the cake might be done soon, so I'm going to go check on it. Hello, cutie. Alright, the cake is on the stove cooling. I think I'm almost done here, but I'm a bit hesitant to see the final result once it is stuffed. How about you, dear? You seem like you are almost done. I'm sure whatever you make will be cute, even if it is not perfect. You know I treasure everything related to you. Let me see. Alright, I think I'm ready to close it up. Do you need help? Determined. Alright, I will leave you to it. Well, I guess I can say I tried. I did my best. It looks kind of sad, though. I did not mean to do that. Hey, do not laugh. I said I tried. I have never made anything that was not an article of clothing. Oh, are you done? Turn it around. I'm sorry. I do not mean to laugh, really. I did. Its face is so... It is cute. I like it. I do apologize. I do not think I have ever laughed that way before. But all jokes aside, you did fairly well. Why are you looking at me like that? You are so strange. You are going to hold on to it, yes. It would be a shame if you scrapped it. I think the handmade aspect of it adds charm. We can set ours next to each other on a shelf or a cushion. I wonder what I should do now while I wait for the cake to cool. We cannot have the frosting while it is still warm, after all. You keep asking me what I want. I was not expecting to have complete control over the day you initiated. You still have not told me why you are spoiling me this way. Baking with me, crocheting with me. It's almost as if you are trying to overwhelm me with joy. Perhaps I will pull out my kalimba? It has been a long while since I last played it. I've never been very good at it, if I'm honest. I cannot read sheet music either, unfortunately. I'll be back in a second. Let me go grab it. I know. I'm coming back, sweetie. It has been months. I hope I have not forgotten how to play it. Have you ever seen one of these in person? I always liked how small it is because it makes storing it easy. It also fits nicely in your hands. A kalimba definitely sounds better when you hold it up with steady hands, and I struggle with both of those things. I have a bit of trouble with it since my arms get tired pretty quickly. That is why crocheting works for me. I can keep my arms resting while I work. My fingers also get sore pretty quickly, but I have finger protectors to help with that. I apologize in advance if I mess up. I was never really the greatest at this, even back when I played it more frequently. I really like the way kalimbas sound. I'm not sure what exactly fascinates me so much, but I always feel a bit calmer after listening to it for a while. Sometimes I just play simple things just to hear myself play. It feels open and gentle, peaceful. You know, the first time I played this was back in college. I was always so angry, but at the same time, I was always numb. It was odd. I did not have very many things I enjoyed doing at the time. This was a little before I started crocheting. There was a music store I would pass on my way home from the job I had then, so one day I decided to look around. I needed a change of pace. I remember that evening fairly well, actually. I decided to take home the kalimba because it was small and similar to a piano, which I already knew a bit about playing. I ended up just playing random notes on it all night, kind of like what I'm doing now. I remember it soothing me in a way I had not felt in a long time, if ever. I really liked it. I also remember my roommate commenting on it the next morning. I never spoke to him. Too laid back and reckless for me, so our interactions were minimal and uncomfortable. Even so, he was probably worried about me. I did not really see it much then because of the state I was in, but he seemed to bring up any time I did something out of the ordinary. It felt insulting at the time, and I probably wouldn't like it now. But I think that was just his way of trying to voice his concern. He may have seen me picking up hobbies as progress, which it was, but I guess I have no way to know that now. I never even bothered to remember his or his friends' names. Oh, I'm sorry, I did not mean to ramble. I guess I do not think about college very much. I feel like the only things I remember are individual simple things and the subjects I studied. Other than that, every day was repetitive for me. I'm relieved that is not the case anymore, but I do still struggle with the same issues then as I do now. But that is a conversation for another time. Just wonder how long I'll put it off before something bad happens. I cannot get myself to think about it right now. It is too much. I should think about something else. I do not want to get upset. Is there anything I can do for you right now? Putting the attention on you always makes me feel a bit better. You want to keep the attention on me. Alright, darling. What exactly is going on? Why are you acting like this today? I do not mind the way you are treating me. I quite enjoy it, but this is different. Is there something I'm missing? I do not usually do anything around this time of year. I mean, it is quite warm out, so I like to go to the park occasionally. But other than that, I cannot think of anything. Well, I do not spend much time going out during the summer, since that is when children are on their break from school. I cannot stand the commotion it brings, so I tend to stay inside as much as possible. I also just do not enjoy the heat, so... What is with these questions? You're starting to make me nervous. I never really do anything special, nor have I ever done anything in the past. Besides, there's nothing going on at this time. Aside from children getting their eyes checked before school starts up again, I suppose. I really cannot think of anything that would make today different. Cannot even recall anything from when I was younger. Is today special or something? No, I never celebrated anything with my family. We did not really do holidays. There's nothing during August they would be interested in anyhow. I just spent this time preparing for school to start again. High school. No, I do not think I did anything then either. I didn't really do anything incredibly special with Janice. He did not celebrate holidays either, so nothing like that was ever really important to us. Now that I think about it, he never really gave me gifts or anything of the like, even with a reason like a holiday. Seemed like all he wanted was the comfort of belonging to someone, as opposed to caring for me. But Miss Beckett was much kinder to me in that regard. She would occasionally give me things she thought I would like. They were always simple. One time she got me a new backpack because one of the straps on my old one had ripped, so I was carrying it on one side all the time. She also got me school supplies every now and again. She always said they were on sale. Oh, and she gave me the earring I wear every day after I had a fight with Janice after my birthday. My birthday. Today's the 30th. Dear, how did you even find out about my birthday? I did not think I ever told you about it. I've never seen it as important before. My license? You looked in my wallet just to figure out when my birthday was? Honestly, you are incredibly strange. You never fail to surprise me. Darling, you did not have to do all this for me, really. I know I said I enjoyed it, but I do not want you to feel like you have to do something special for me just because of the day of the year. It does not feel right. I love getting attention from you, I do, but it feels better when I do not feel like a burden. I cannot help but see myself as a chore this way. Perhaps if I celebrated my birthday growing up, I would not have this issue. Unfortunately, I had other matters to focus on instead, so this just seems like extra work to me. I do not feel like I deserve it, you know? Like darling? Oh, I'm doing it again. You told me not to worry about things like this, but it is so hard not to. I do not know how to keep myself from thinking I'm being a nuisance. I mean, I've put you through enough as is, and who knows when I will lose my grasp on reality again. I'm scared. I feel guilty for indulging in your affection because it is only a matter of time before I have another episode and act out of turn. Even though I try my best to treat you well now, I know that has not always been the case, and you should not have to put up with it. I'm sorry, dear. You really do not deserve this. There's no possible way you could feel comfortable here, right? You must loathe me in some way deep down. I cannot even process the idea of you having any positive feelings for me right now. It just can't be. What? What did you say just now? No, that cannot be right. You cannot actually feel that way about me. Darling, do not mess with me. That is a strong word you are using. I know I say it to you a lot, but it always comes from deep within. I would never say such a thing casually. You love me? Dear, but you really mean it? Truly? Darling, I might cry. I'm sorry, I cannot help it. Love. No one has ever said that to me and meant it. I never thought I would hear it. You say I should not be surprised, but darling, thank you. Thank you for everything you have done for me. Thank you for trying so hard to make today special for me. Thank you for trying to make me feel like I matter. I truly could never ask for anything more. I love you too, dear. Look at me. I really am weak. All it took was one sentence from you to bring me to tears. I must look foolish. I'm sorry for getting so emotional. This just means so much to me. I think you know that by now. I really am so happy to be yours. I'm honored to be able to call myself your partner, dear. But I still think you deserve better. I cannot help that. I feel that I am too much for you. I am too much for myself. So, I want to try to work on myself a bit more. I am afraid of what could happen if I keep running away. Would you be willing to stay by me while I do? I know that is selfish of me to ask such a thing. I could be putting you in danger. I could hurt you. However, I want to be selfish this time. That is what you have taught me. I can trust you to stay by me, even if I get a bit needy. And for something like this, something that could make things better for the both of us if I dedicate myself to it, I want to be selfish. So, darling, will you help me? Will you keep me company while I take on this project? It will be a lot for me. I know it will take time. But you have shown me I should want it. I should want to work towards getting better. There are things that are worth experiencing, and I should want to achieve those things without my head being so clouded and fuzzy. I should desire feeling at peace with the one I love. I should desire the simple joys of everyday occurrences. I should desire going outside. I should desire waking up to you. Peace. I love you more than I could ever put into words, dear. I love you so much. Thank you so much. I will do my best from this point on. For you. For me. Okay? I never would have expected to be capable of feeling this way. Until I met you, I assumed I would be on my own forever until I gave up. I did not think it was possible to reach this level of happiness after everything I had been through. But now, things are so much different. I look forward to the changes I will make for us, darling. Perhaps I should start with something small. Perhaps a new nickname? I've been calling you darling and dear from the very beginning. I just thought those suit you best, and they sounded the most natural coming from me. But maybe I could try something new. How about honey? I expected that to sound much more uncomfortable, but it came out surprisingly natural. How about it? I suppose you could always come up with something as well, if you wanted to. I still mostly prefer to be called by my name. I still find it special since you and Sherbet are the only ones who use it. However, I would not mind hearing some of your ideas, if you had any. As long as they are nothing too embarrassing or strange. I will let you think on it. For now, how about you help me stir the bowl of frosting so we can put it on the cake? The birthday cake you so sneakily got me to make. I cannot believe how long it took me to catch on. You made me look so silly trying to figure it out on my own. You were such a tease. But I'm glad I know. Now I can use that as an excuse to ask you for things. Like a kiss. I'm only kidding, of course. I would not ask for anything that I would not be willing to bring up any other day. Though I am glad I can enjoy the rest of the day, knowing your motives for what else we plan to do. Though, actually, I do want to ask for one more thing. I want to talk you to sleep tonight. I always feel self-conscious or guilty after I talk too much. So I want to take the opportunity to spend my time with you until the very last minute. I want to be the last thing you think about before you fall asleep. May I? All right. I look forward to what else you have planned for today. Please do not make me make any more decisions. I'm already a bit tired. You take the lead from this point on, okay? Just do not try to pull anything suspicious. Got it, honey? Come on. I'll see if I can find some candles.